And Caitlin is sad that she didn't get a party hat.
I'm very sad. I wish I brought a costume, something exciting. You should have told me this was your first live. I would have went shopping.
You knew it was!
I didn't know it was, right? I'm sorry. I didn't
How did you not know? So
Abby.
it's not my first live, but it's the first live on my channel, so hi
yeah.
everyone! I am drinking gin.
I'm drinking wine, because I am classy.
Excuse you, I have flamingo-shaped ice cubes.
No, you don't. Oh my god, I saw those ice cube things, ice cube tubes, and Morrison's, and I was like a minute away from convincing Stefan to get them.
Reusable ice cubes, because I hate water ice cubes. I despise them. If you're in like a shop, then they're dirty, and if you're at home, then it waters down your drink. So, not my favorite. But anyway, moving on from our drinking habits, what are you going to be reading today?
I have to preface what I'm reading, because I recommend this to no one. I honestly, if you have this on your TBR, which I know you do, Abby, I recommend that you burn it tonight. Go start a bonfire and burn this motherfucker, because this sucks. Reading Hard Times.
I've owned it for so long.
Abby, it's not worth it. Get rid of it.
I'm about to change your mind.
You won't. I'm like,
Oh, really? Really? Because if I don't read it, it's going.
No, keep it for decoration. Keep it for decoration. Don't touch that.
Sketches by Boz in a binder.
I mean, you could also sell that for a lot of money.
I bought it for £1.
No, it's worth way more than £1.
Oh, hi Lizzie. Thank you very much. They are adorable. My partner got me them, so apparently Chris just gets me everything that's cool in my life, which to be fair he does. Anything that's like, oh yeah, that's really cool, I'm like, I'm not going to buy that for myself, and he just kind of swoops in and buys it.
What else is he there for? Did you move in for him for his company?
Of course. Not so that I can have my own personal library. But yeah, so you're reading Hard Times and hating every second of it.
Oh my god, it hurts.
Hard Times for Hard Times.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm reading two, kind of. Ooh. So I need to read my daily chapter of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alessandro Dumas. So this is my new buddy read with Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe. So we read War and Peace last year. We're reading this year. And yeah, I need to read today's chapter, which is not very long, but also it's a classic. It is 5 pages long.
How are you finding it?
I've been busy.
But have you not started it already?
The chapter or the book?
The book.
Yes,
you just said you're going to read your chapter today. Why would I be asking you for your chapter?
I thought you said, why haven't you read it?
I said, how are you finding it? This is like...
I'm gonna... Okay.
You're exposing your own internalized self-hatred that you're projecting onto me.
Yes, I thought we knew that already. So far, it's okay. I have some characters that I'm liking, and I can kind of guess where the plot's going. But we'll see how that actually plays out, because obviously there's a fair bit of time to get through. But I am finding it harder to read at the moment than I was finding War and Peace when we finished it. However, that was obviously like a book that I read for 9 months and got very used to. And I found it difficult at the start, so I think it's just the same thing. Just getting used to it. And his style is a bit different to... I never ended up finishing it. It's still on my TBR, but The Three Musketeers by Dumas. It's a little bit of a different style. So I'm kind of getting used to that. But yeah, so basically, I need to read this chapter. And then once I've read it, I am reading...
Oh!
I'm going to read Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This is so good. This is so good. This is why I wanted to do the reading sprints, because I need to sit my ass down and actually read through this. Like, I just need to force myself to sit and read through. I have so many things to do. I was mentioning this in the Skullduggery live stream that I was on at 3:30. It's been a day. And like, I just need to force myself to sit down and read this. It is like, everyone said it was like the new series that shall not be named. And that Nevermore was also like that. So I assumed this was just magic, but it's like magic mixed with Men in Black.
Oh.
Like, I'm 100% here for it. It's so good so far. So yeah, I'm really excited to delve further into this. We've just got to like a mini climax, like a little one. So I'm really excited to actually get further into this. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing much better than you in these sprints.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You'll be like, I've made it through 6 pages. I'll be like,
oh my god, absolutely. It hurts. It like breaks my soul.
How small is the writing? Can I make you the main person?
I don't know. I hope not, because who would want that in their life? Ah!
You show how big the size of the pages is.
I don't
Like
really
the
think
writing.
it's not really that small. Jeez. But like all the chapters, it's a Penguin Classic, so all the chapters they start on when the last chapter ends on the same page. So this is probably like twice the size that it actually is, and it hurts so much. That also those copies also do that. Wordsworth. That's a. Have you seen the clothbound edition of that? It is a murder weapon.
Right. Olivia seems to be going for the cloth-bound editions, like the Penguin cloth-bounds.
She's going to have some serious arm muscles after that.
I'm instead going for the Barnes & Nobles editions.
Oh.
Which are also huge. Where is it? Where did I end up putting it? I've been trying to organise. Clearly I've been failing. Where the bloody hell did I put it? Found it. Behind the fake plant.
Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning. Oh my god. Someone promote that cover designer.
I know, right? So yeah, I'm gonna get the same ones like from Barnes and Nobles for the Count of Monte Cristo once I've read it. Eventually, it'll take a while, especially if I don't read the chapters.
Yeah.
But yes, so we'll start. Oh, there we go. We'll start the sprint at 10 past. Do you want to do timed sprints until like 22, etc., or do you want me to put a timer up on a video? It's your choice. Guest's choice.
Don't make me pick.
There was a knock at the door.
There's a reason I'm reading Hard Times.
Oh, while you decide. Hi, Shay. Thank you for coming.
Okay, shall we do the timed sprints?
Which one?
From the time to the time.
Okay, so till when? past?
Yeah. Sure, yeah, that works.
Cool. So we'll go from 10 past till past, and I will, for most of that 20 minutes, be getting my food, which has just arrived.
Oh, exciting.
Exciting. So now I need to figure out how to work these banners. This is the fun of never having done a live stream before. There we go. Ooh.
Check it out. You're a pro? Okay,
so let's see. How long do we have? We have 10 seconds, so I'm going to start it now so I can go get my food.
Go get your food.
In a minute. Happy reading. Time up.
How'd you put that skill on your CV, by the way?
What? Scaring you?
Just being scary.
Just being. Thanks. Thanks. Just my face.
It's more your voice that scares me every time. It just comes out of nowhere. I'm sorry. I love you. You know I love you.
You better.
I'd give you my heart and soul.
In return for me apparently scaring you every time I speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much did you manage?
Well, I'm so glad we did this because I might just be able to tell you that this book is getting good. I know. I read like 10 pages, which is the most I've been able to accomplish so far in one sitting.
I mean, that, like, for a classic, that's a lot.
For
For a
this
classic, that's a decent amount.
specifically, that is it's a miracle. It's getting very interesting. So.
Okay, so I may end up reading it after all.
If you have a lot of time on your hands, I'd recommend it.
I could maybe do by like audiobook.
I'd do it by audiobook and I'd do it like a chapter a day and really space it out because it's painful. The first 150 pages is very painful. It's a 288-page book.
Great. Okay, so I managed all 5 of my pages of The Count of Monte Cristo. And obviously, I can't say what's happening, but it's very interesting, and I need to message Olivia. She's read it already. She ended up reading it just over midnight, so I need to message her. And then I managed. Oh God, where is it? Oh, and a nice 5 pages of Amari and the Night Runners.
I mean, in your defense, you had food.
Yes, I also did have food. Which, okay, so first of all, Sam, where is she? So Sam from Griff Reads is here, and she asked how we both are and what we're reading. So that way.
You want me to go first?
No, I just thought I'd point at you for the fun of it.
It's a lot of pressure, right?
Fine. So I'm good, thank you, Sam. And as you just saw, Amari and The Count of Monte Cristo. The Count of Monte Cristo, I'm finding fine so far. This was a very interesting chapter, and we finally kind of. I don't like reading about bad setups, as in setups where something is going to go wrong, where like it's not like a plot twist later on. I don't like it when the setup is negative. So we're almost out of that, which I'm very happy with. I mean, like, what, he's going to be in the negative situation for a while, but like that's fine. I know what to expect. And then Amari, obviously, I read like 5 pages, so I'm aware it's the same amount, but that's a classic. So
Yeah.
Not much happened in this one.
It's a chunky classic. It's a chunky classic, and it's a gothic romantic. That's a brain fuck. That's torture. Fun torture that you enjoy.
Yeah, fun torture.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I am very tired. But we're getting through this. It doesn't help that I'm also reading Hard Times by Charles Dickens, which, although it's touching on something interesting, is still a very painful book to read. It's still very slow. It hurts a lot. I really don't recommend it. Even now that we're getting like somewhere with the plot, I don't recommend it. I also just lost my bookmark. I'll be back in a second.
Well, while Caitlin recovers from being an utter mess, Shay is halfway through Dead Until Dark, which I've not heard of before.
I have. It sounds interesting.
Dead Until Dark. Is that the one by? Oh, is that the Stucky Stackhouse one? The Stucky Stackhouse. They like made it into a TV show, like Vampire Diaries, isn't it? Possibly?
I'm not sure. I just heard.
Someone was just at the door.
Oh.
With the takeaway, my partner ordered onion rings. He did not get any onion rings. So someone just went in our gate, so I'm assuming that was someone giving him the onion rings. But yes, and then True Blood. That's what it is, the Stucky Stackhouse ones. Oh, and Sam knows. And Lizzie knows. Screw you all. Also, thank you. Oh, Sam's read them and loved them, so there's some kudos there. Hopefully, Shay, that means you'll enjoy them too. And Sam said that she's got the audiobook for Christo. I'm not surprised that it's 50 hours long. Like, I mean, I made Caitlin do this earlier, so it's only fair that I now show just how small the writing is.
Yeah.
It's bigger than War and Peace was, but it's small. And it's my edition, which is like the chapters running to each other, not including the notes, is 875 pages long. So I'm not surprised that it's a 50-hour audiobook. Me and Olivia are going to be reading one chapter each day. And with that, we should finish it by the 27th of April, if we don't miss any days or anything like that. Which is pretty quick, especially compared to War and Peace. Compared to War and Peace, it's tiny. So maybe you could do a chapter a day, Sam, or like, because it's an audiobook, maybe like half an hour a day or something. We'll see. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I've never seen a movie adaptation of it, so I might have to watch one afterwards. It is a good use of a credit because then you don't have to buy it, and it'd probably be like expensive by itself. But yeah, Lizzie, how very dare you? How very dare you? But also, I forgive you because I have my very messy looking dinner, and that's why I had the camera off, because this is a burger with doner kebab meat in it and lettuce. So we didn't need like the messiest mukbang of all time in my first live stream.
I don't know. I would have loved that. I would have supported it.
That's because you support me in absolutely everything, and I love you for that. But this is a bit far.
Just so you know, you have my support.
And then, Brie and Deirdre are doing a year-long readathon for it. Yeah, no, I didn't think it would be your thing. So Sam loves reading romance, which is going to help with this, I think, because it's like one of those cheesy vampire ones. So then I think enjoying romance novels is going to mean you can kind of enjoy the cheesy romance side, at least is my assumption. I will not be reading them. Love you, Sam, sorry. Oh, Shay's got Christo as well. See, you do. Just read one chapter a day. Like, I mean, you'd have to read 8 chapters if you started today. But if you did that and then read one chapter a day, you'd be done by the 27th of April. It's not that far away. Chapter a day is really helpful, and especially after War and Peace. Like, that, if we'd read one chapter a day, we would have had to read a few chapters on the 31st of December. Thankfully, we read more than one chapter on the weekends, and we finished in September. Oh, true friendship. True friendship.
Next time, just do it.
Literally, it will just fall out of the butt. You've seen how messy this is.
Oh, yeah.
You two just want to see me do a messy mukbang, and I'm kind of here for it. It would be fun. We'll do that another time. I'm glad you're at least not offended that I said that I'd never read it. It's definitely not my vibe. Like, I'll try anything once. So, like, if someone was like, yeah, read it, like, I'd try the first book, but...
Why do you hate yourself? Why do you do this to yourself?
That's a discussion for me to have with my therapist.
I mean, to be fair, it does benefit me since you've read absolutely everything that I've recommended to you at this point.
Everything she says, I read. I mean, to be fair, I've enjoyed everything. Almost all of it. I didn't love the first Ember. But then you made me read Torch.
I'm sorry, like this.
But yeah, I didn't love that. Like, it was fine. It was like a 3-star read, and I bumped it to 4 stars because you liked it so
We
much.
buddy
and
read
Buddy-
that though. We buddy
Yeah.
read that.
Exactly, that's why it got 4 stars. And then I read Torch, and I loved it. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because Sam just read Ember and found it okay.
No,
Same
keep
as
going.
me.
Please keep going. Oh
So
god.
that's why I'm mentioning it. Stop your whining. That's why I'm mentioning it, because the second book adds so much dimension to the characters.
Wait till you get to the third book.
So yeah, I think the second book's really good, and I've not read further on, so yeah. Yeah, no. When you said that, I was like, not what I thought you were gonna read, but cool. Yes, see, that was me, and basically because of this one over here, I was like, well, I'll at least try the second book because like I found it in a charity shop as well, so like why not? And I did. I really enjoyed the second book. It adds a lot, and I'm intrigued for the third book. It was still only a 4-star. Don't get me wrong. I didn't adore it beyond the world.
The way I see it is if you weren't too keen on the first two, because I love the first two, but I prefer the second half of the series. So if you're on that boat,
You're hoping it gets better for us as well.
Oh my god, it totally gets better.
Yeah, there's so many things in the plot for the second one, and with the character development as well. Like Sam, you know, I'm all about the character development. So the characters develop so much, but also there's so much happening in the plot. Like it's so plot heavy too. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy the second one more in the same way that I did. Fingers crossed. And if you do, then we can try the third one together, and then make Caitlin shut up.
I'll never shut up. This is like the best
Never shut up. Obsessed. And then Caitlin, take a deep breath.
I saw it. I saw it. You know, everyone has their own taste. Abby's not allowed to not like it, but anyone else is.
Why am I not? Thanks. You're a wee shite, you know that?
Yeah.
And how many books have you read that I've tried to get you to read? What, is it 1? You read Queendom.
Listen!
You've read Queendom, that's it.
And I read Kingdom. Okay. And I'm reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold.
Good. Have you read The Gift?
What else?
Have you read The Gift yet? Have you read The Gift yet?
Have you read The Gift? I've listened to 10% of the audiobook. Back in the summer. I'll get there.
Do you own it yet?
Yeah. Well, I own I own the ebook and I own the audiobook.
I will change that. Not straight away, but I will change that.
Wait till you see my bookshelf tour. I have no space for that.
I don't care. I don't give a damn. My channel name is Abby of Pelennor, and you little bitch, have not read Pelennor.
I know.
Shay,
I know.
No, Shay, stop it. Don't agree with her.
No, that's true. Exactly. No, exactly.
I'm sorry, Shay, why are you siding with her? What is this? Honestly, man. Honestly.
I still love you.
I hope so, because it doesn't seem like it.
Listen, I'd still give you my heart and soul. Is that not good enough for you?
No, you need to read Pelennor as well.
Wait, might I point out, I am a uni student. I read books for my course. What time do I have? Besides, I'm too busy torturing myself.
I was going to say, are you reading Hard Times for uni? No.
I was supposed to in my first year. I read the first 10 pages and I was like, nah. Like, no. I read Hard Times.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry.
Inheritance Trilogy. Is that
the Christopher Paolini one? Is that?
Yes,
No,
it is. It is.
it is.
Yeah. Because it's Aragon, Eldest, Bridesinger, and Inheritance.
That's
Where
a
are they?
quartet, isn't it?
Yeah. So then it can't be.
No, that's the Inheritance cycle.
Yes.
It's Christopher Paolini. I'm never
Mhm.
heard of it.
I don't know what the Inheritance trilogy is. But yeah, I need to read N.K. Jemisin. I don't have her books on my shelves yet. I did just get like 25 for Christmas, and this bitch has ordered me some more. So don't look so smug.
You don't know what's coming.
Right. Sam. Sam is a good friend.
I know, right? I'm sorry. We're getting there.
Okay, moving on from that.
We all need friends like Abby. That is why I'm friends with Abby.
No, right. Give me a second, Danny. Caitlin, your most recent video, I was sat there blushing. I went red. Chris was like, "What's wrong? What are you watching? Why do you look so embarrassed?" I was like, "Oh, just because Caitlin's giving me 7 million compliments."
Listen, it might not seem like it, but when you say it's a good book, I intend to read it. Because I trust your opinion. Just because I haven't done it yet doesn't mean I'm not intending. The intention is there. The thought is there. It's always the thought that counts, right?
And then yeah, Danny is still finishing books from Gothtober, so I feel you. Honestly, Danny, my entire December TBR was the books I haven't finished yet.
Same, and I still haven't finished any of them. Oh my god.
Do you even read?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Apparently I don't do anything because like.
So you don't do your uni work. You don't read.
Nope. Don't even edit my videos. They're just like stuck.
I haven't seen you on Animal Crossing in months. Yeah, you don't edit your videos. I asked you to, and you didn't.
I have been on Animal. Oh, to be fair, maybe I haven't. Never mind. Listen, I have been busy doing nothing. It's been very therapeutic.
Fair. Okay. So I don't know enough about N.K. Jemisin's works to know that. But yeah, so that's what the Inheritance trilogy is.
No, actually, that's what's it called again? The first one, the 5th season. Did they write the 5th season?
Yes, N.K. Jemisin wrote the 5th season.
Oh, I have that. I was supposed to read that for university as well.
What? You're reading that? Read it. It's meant to be amazing.
I know. I haven't read it yet.
The best fantasy writers ever.
I have heard that. Like, I keep hearing reviews. Every time someone reads it, it's always like a 5-star, like immediately. I'm gonna read it.
I need you to read it so you can tell me if I'll like it.
I think I should probably prioritize the books that you're already asking me to read.
Considering that this one's on your uni list.
Well, it was for last year, so.
For fuck's sake.
See what I mean? I don't do
How
uni
are you passing? With all of the love in the world, how are you passing your degree?
You know, my question is, how am I passing with 2 1s? Which is like an upper second class. How am I doing that?
Okay. Very nice.
I get sympathy points. It's like, oh, you did your best. Here you go. Right. It's the effort that we're grading.
If it was the effort that got graded, I would not have my BSc nor my masters.
Honestly, sometimes I wonder if it was my effort that was getting graded on, would I even be passing at that level?
No.
Obviously not.
I hear so many good things about Mexican Gothic, though.
Oh my god, read Mexican Gothic! It's so good. It's so unique. It's like, oh my god.
I've not read it yet. Neither's Danny.
It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god.
Nice. See, that's fine. That totally counts. You've managed to finish the books. It's all good. And one of them, you finished a book that you started this year.
Congrats.
I haven't.
I haven't.
So you're doing better than me. But you're reading Hard Times, so
I'm having a hard time. And it's solely because of this book.
See, everyone's doing it. Everyone is struggling with the reading. I have just seen Lizzie's comment. I'm gonna saltily, once I detach it from some of the cheese, eat a chip.
That's interesting. Why did you DNF it though? Because
like what is it that you didn't nicely done. What is it that you didn't like? Like tell us. Why? Explain yourself. We want to know. And then in direct contrast, Shay, her writing is phenomenal.
That's what I hear all the time. Every time I hear it, it's always the writing. That's why I want to read it.
Yeah. And I haven't read like a high fantasy that's like, I've got a feeling it's going to have the same feels for me as Pelennor does. In terms of like, not like that I'm going to love it necessarily, but just in that it's so deep and so like intrinsic in the series. So I'm excited to read it. And I will read it. I promise, Jay. I will. I don't own it yet, so like give me time. But I will read it. Danny is at
You're getting to the good parts.
69%. Okay, yeah. You're getting there. You're making good progress.
Tell that you're like part Scottish. Just the way your brain goes.
Right. I mean, I am obviously part Scottish, but is that not just the Geordie?
I don't know. I've never been outside of Scotland. I've never been south of Scotland, so I don't know.
That was difficult for you, sweetie. Yeah, it could just be the Geordie. Okay, so that then means that you are probably going to adore it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because she loves slow books. The amount of times that she's been like, okay, it's really slow, but keep reading and it'll pick up and you'll like it eventually. I'm like, oh, fine. So if she's not liking a classic, there's very little hope.
True.
They usually so.
That's why you should burn this.
But yeah, so I'll have to make a note of that and just kind of keep going. It's one that I definitely want to like finish, at least the first one. Oh, okay.
Person. That's interesting. If I'm understanding what second person means. I'm getting them mixed up. It's like second person where it's like, no, that's
no. I don't know if she just means second person as in there were two points of view.
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
And she didn't like one of them. Either way, regardless of whether it has an English degree on the way or hi, I'm science and you said second person, whichever one it is, that's a reasonable reason for not liking it if you don't like the POV.
Absolutely.
So that's fair. Okay, so I'm assuming it is English degree over here.
Yeah, I was right. So it's like they're talking to you. I'm sorry, it's the only thing I got into. I applied for so many, and the English one's the only one that took me.
And I'm just sat over here like, rocks.
Yeah, that bothers me sometimes as well. Is when like
Lizzie, thank you for explaining it to stupid people. Why do I have a booktube channel? Why have I made my life revolve around books when I was a friggin' scientist?
I met you.
And then Sam did the slightly less dumbed down version.
I feel like that'd be interesting for a high fantasy though. Like if they're talking to you. Because I feel like that'd be like a really immersive experience.
I've never read anything that I remember being in that perspective ever.
I've read short stories where that's the perspective, and I usually hate it.
Hi Charles, thank you for joining. She said that she wasn't sure if she'd be able to catch the end or not. We've only done one sprint, we've just been sat chatting. But yes, hi, it's nice to see you. I'm assuming you were probably at work, so I hope Work was okay. Oh, okay, so it reads fast. Good.
Oh.
Oh, okay. That line there, how black people already tell stories. Yes, because I need to read outside of my own damn little white ass culture.
Absolutely.
Don't you? You've got Scottish. I mean, I kind of have Scottish.
Do I know?
A little bit. I'm probably more Scottish than you half the time.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. That's weird.
100%. You and my
There's so
mum can be like the fake Scottish people.
I
Like
take I'll
polite,
take that.
very like anglicized accents. Like don't really drink all that much. And then the rest, I can just go up with my people. I'll be fine, thank you.
Maybe the world has like the wrong idea. Maybe like the world sees Scotland and England reversed.
That's true. People think of that being England. No, I mean yes, but it depends. It depends. It depends. To be fair, Lizzie is trying to fix your fireplacey thing, so I will accept the almost setting fire to herself scenario. But thank you, Lizzie. They mentioned Lizzie mentioned in the Skullduggery live stream that they have some sort of wood burning scenario, possibly a wood burner. I can't remember, and that it's half broken. So that is she's not just playing with fire. Like I thought I should provide context here.
I mean, whatever you want to do in your weekends, man. You're not at work. You can play with fire all you want.
Play with fire responsibly, kids.
You know, it's your life.
Exactly. Ooh. Ah. Okay, okay. This me finding out I don't know enough about the 5th season. However, I'm wanting to read more sci-fi. So, Shay, you just keep adding reasons why I need to read this book.
I'm unsure about sci-fi. I don't know if I want to read more, if I want to read less.
It's tough.
Buddy, read it. We should buddy read it. I'll send you a copy.
No, I'm the one with the job.
That doesn't matter.
You're a student. I have a wage.
Yeah, but I need someone to maintain the happy part of my brain.
You have a partner. Buy Stefan presents. Buy them for yourself.
I have. He's just not a reader though.
You don't have to buy him books.
What else am I supposed to get? What else is there in the world?
Video games?
Those are expensive.
Yeah.
And he's very picky.
Sounds like Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like Future Earth. Ooh. Ease. I want. And the Inheritance trilogy is fantasy. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So we have to try both. Basically, we have to try both. Get them because one like different genres.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So. Oh, thank you, Shay. I always try and watch Shay's live shows, and Shay is in America. Don't ask me which part of America. Don't ask me which time zone, because that requires a knowledge of America.
I was going to say, does that mean it's super late or super early?
Early.
Oh, God. Thank you for being here.
Early, they are, depending on where she is, it's like 5+ hours behind.
Don't make me do maths.
Well, it's currently like 1 minute to 20. Like 20 hours if you do 24 hours. So take 5 off, 50 is 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Listen, I did an English degree because I couldn't do maths.
I did a degree in rock, and then we had an engineering module. And I cried. Okay, 2 in the afternoon.
So you were wrong.
No, because I said 5 hours or more behind.
Yeah, but then you said it would be 15. And it's actually not.
Yes. So if it was 5 hours behind, Caitlin, sweetheart, if it was 5 hours behind, it would be 1500 hours, 3 o'clock. However, I said 5 or more. She is 6 hours behind. Ergo, making it 2 o'clock, 1400 hours.
Wherever you need, man. Wherever you need to keep you. I'm joking, Abby. I love you. Of course you were right.
See, right. Charles gets it. That was me every day. I had a class with engineering students. The module was engineering for my masters.
That sucks.
And I failed my stats class in my undergrad, so that was fun. Hey, I did pretty well in one half of it. In one half of it, I passed with flying colours, and I did better than the engineers.
The fact that you're a scientist should be good enough for you.
In the other half, I failed, so it's fine. See, I was going off of East Coast onwards, and she's in Central Time. There's East, West, Central, and like Mountain or something. I swear they've got Mountain Time. I don't know.
Why is America so complicated? Why can't it just be one time all around?
See, 7 hours. See, I said 5+.
Jesus.
I'm just trying to explain the concept of time.
Wizards. Absolute wizards. There's magic running through your veins.
I mean, like, that makes sense with like what I know of your career. However, fuck. I mean, so Pacific instead of West. But then the Pacific time zone is on the West Coast, so like, am I wrong?
This is so complicated.
Yes, but still.
Explode. It is! Exactly! What the fuck?
I don't know. I truly don't know. I mean, we change time zones for like summertime. I know that you in America do that as well. Shay, do not mention it. We are confused as it is. Sam, I know your dad lives in the US. Don't you mention it either. However, we also have a change from Greenwich Mean Time to British Summertime. And that's confusing as it is. The amount of times that we will be looking... What?
I remember it as spring forwards, fall back.
Fall back?
I know, it's an American way of saying autumn.
I know.
It's such a weird way to remember it as a Scottish person.
Yes! But basically it's, I mean, I was about to say that the time is so complicated, but I think it's more the fact that the cars and the ovens are so complicated that for 6 months out of the year, everyone's oven and everyone's car has the wrong time.
Oh my god, yeah.
Last time I went home, my mum picked me up from the train station to avoid the COVID bus. And the clock was wrong, and I got all panicked thinking I was late to my appointment, and she was like, no, you'll be right in a few months. Right, see, that's another thing I don't get. Like, Midwest should be, like, in from the West Coast. Like, you're not on the West Coast, you're, like, in from the West Coast. But then, what? No.
They're just doing it to be different at this point, let's be honest. They want to be fun and unique.
We've all been there. It's when you've got work the next day and you don't change your clock, and then you end up either late or very early to work, and either way, confused. It's like, am I late? Am I early? Is everyone off? Is it a bank holiday and I forgot? We'll never know. Right, my partner just recently set the oven when we moved into this house. He said it was easy. What kind of monster am I dating? Easy.
Well, what's he do?
He's a statistician for the government.
He's a fancy person. So, like, that makes sense.
Yeah, but still.
It's a bit scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
a bit scary. Right. We're going to do another reading sprint at 10 past. Because we've done one reading sprint so far.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens when me and you...
Right, literally. If we get on the phone, that is it. That's the day gone.
Errors.
We did it once when my computer broke at my old job. And so we were waiting for them to fix it. And we were like, oh, I'm going to unhaul some books. I'll give Caitlin a ring while I'm doing it and like go through them. So the computer never got fixed that day. We were on the phone the entire time. So I just got paid for a day to sit and chat on the phone with Caitlin.
I provide very good customer service. Such good customer service, I was providing it to you, the worker.
Yeah, but it doesn't time travel to the right time. It time travels to like the time in central China. Central China. China has one time zone. You knew what I meant.
Of course we do.
Oh my god, no, they're basing it off of, oh dear god. So they're basing it off of when they'd only stolen like half of the land.
See what I mean? They're just trying to be different.
Just come here for American slander from a Scotswoman.
I'm sorry. But it's so silly. Like, just be normal. Just be like
I understand that at the time, but like that should totally change. We literally just lost a viewer. That's how insulting you're being.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen, it's okay to be American.
You were going to say that, for fuck's sake, woman.
I need to stop. Listen, I feel like it's lazy to not just make your country's time one time.
No, right, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Because China does that. Right. You asked. This is your own stupid fault. My undergrad is in geography. Bitch, shut up and listen. So, China does this, where they have enforced across the entirety of their landmass one time zone. Now, this means that there are some people who will technically have to like be asleep when it's daylight, wake up and have a few hours of daylight, and then it's pitch black, because depending on where you are in the earth depends on when the sun rises and sets. So having one continuous time zone just fucks everything up. America isn't as long as China, unless you include Hawaii, obviously, but Hawaii has their own time zone, which makes complete sense. But yeah, it makes sense that they have different time zones. It's just confusing.
It's silly the way they do it. It's lazy the way they do it. Like, who is in control of time zones in America? Can we contact them and get them on the stream?
I think they're dead.
Oh dear. Can we resurrect them?
I mean, if we manage to resurrect a dead man, I'm sure it'll get quite a few views.
I'll be back.
Okay. See? Should have updated.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Danny, meet Caitlin. You guys would get along like a house on fire.
Sorry. I feel so bad. Kind of. No, never mind.
I saw COVID regulations, and they were in the US, and they were saying to stay an alligator apart.
But how are you supposed to? Well, you've never seen an alligator before. I've never seen an alligator.
It's probably in Florida or something. But like, because we in Britain use both metric and imperial, which is confusing as hell. And I don't know imperial because basically they're only teaching metric, and they've only been teaching metric for a while now. So we both grew up with just metric, but they previously taught imperial. So like my partner is a bit older than me, and he knows imperial and metric. My parents mainly know imperial and have had to learn metric. And so here we get told stay 2 meters apart or stay 6 foot apart. And I'm going to be honest, for a while it was just 6 foot until everyone in government remembered that everyone in England is younger than them. and they should probably put it in metric because that's what they asked to be taught. And so for the first few months, I was making sure I stayed as long as my dad would be if he laid down away from any strangers.
That's how I
Like,
measured
Can I
it.
fit Kevin here? Yes or no? Yes, wonderful.
That's how I thought of it.
Yeah, that was why we had it too. And it's annoying because I think if we didn't do it, if we stayed on summer, no wait, which way around is it? I can't remember if either we stayed on British summertime or we stayed on Greenwich Mean Time, then we'd actually have more sunlight hours in the winter. Because we get so little sunlight in the winter.
I'm pretty
Like-
sure it's summertime.
Because if you go to bed, that's not what I meant. If you look out the window at 3 p.m. in winter, when you're on whichever time zone is the wrong one, it's dark at 3 p.m. Like, I didn't know that other places that had like daylight savings and didn't have this. Like, and we called it like British summertime rather than daylight savings time, which makes more sense. But yeah, it's pitch black, which is great because I'd be like, oh, I finished work, I'll go out. No, I can't because I'm female and it's dark. Danny, I require explanation. Oh, wait. Do you mean that like it was words written? Because you meant to read it like this. It does sound like Florida shit. See? Yeah, literally, I'm like, my dad is a bit over 6 foot. He's shrinking every year. Back problems. Army for 24 years. So just like, how long is my dad? Add a wee bit, just for extra safety. Because my household is at risk. So just like at least one kev away. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I did the same.
Just change the regulations. Just make it to a kev away. It'll be fine. But yes, it is now 12 past, so we are late.
As always.
So let's read until past and actually get some reading done.
Okay. I'll be back in a moment. So.
How very rude. How dare
I'm
you?
sorry. Stefan,
No.
just go back. I need to make sure that he's like not needing anything. I'm sorry.
Regardless, we're going to be reading now until past, whenever the hell in your time zone, as we've just discussed. past whatever. See you then. And I will look at it when we come back. Because it's going to be atrocious. He's alive? Good. I didn't realise the time, sorry. Stop getting scared. Pay attention, woman. You're still muted.
I never said I was good with technology.
No, you've specifically told me on multiple occasions that you're quite bad with technology.
Exactly. So you've stopped the gym?
Mainly because I finished it and I didn't go down and get any more. Because I'm gonna have that later.
Of course.
But yes, Danny tweeted me a link of the COVID statistic that was in spiral form.
Ah.
So let me grab this up and share my screen. It is long, so I can't fit the entire thing on the screen. Let's see. Yes, let me share my screen, please. That one. Like, so that's 2020, and then for some godforsaken reason, so that's supposed to be July of 2021 and 2020. So that's October of both. But, like, why? And what it means to communicate data. Yeah, well, this doesn't communicate data clearly, and therefore it's a bad graph. The entire point of it, as a sciencey person, genuinely, the entire point of a motherfucking graph is to display data clearly.
Of course.
And these does not do that.
I don't get it.
So, basically, have you seen those things where it's like showing like evolution over time, and it's a spiral?
Yeah. No.
It's kind of like that. Right. So the point where my mouse is here.
Okay.
That is the start of the pandemic, so March 2020.
Right.
Okay. Roughly. That's April, so that'll be March, so that'll be prior. And that's how many cases is how fat the red is around the black line.
Why a spiral?
I don't know. But then, so obviously it spirals around, and I think why a spiral is because then you can have, like, that's January of 2020, with obviously, like, what was it, 5 cases? And then January 2021 with a shit ton, and then January of 2022 with a shit ton more.
There's an easier way to do that.
Yes, there is. There really is.
I think if I'm saying that, it means something when I say that.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's not. Like, I can understand. Don't right click it. I can understand the concept of it. Like, it functionally, yeah, but why? Like, you're just making it more confusing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unique.
Huh?
It's unique.
It's unique. It's not always a good thing.
No.
In terms of reading, so Sam's got 5% left of Project Hail Mary. I'm assuming that means that it's good, because I've not read it yet. I really want to read it. I've only read The Martian, and I really want to read it. So I assume that means it's good. How much did you read, Caitlin?
I read maybe, I don't know. I'll say like 12 pages as like a reach.
I will have to do maths. Bear with me. A few over 30, I think. Yeah. It's really good. That's why we went slightly over half past, because I could not pull my eyes away from it. A plot twist has occurred, and I am enjoying it. Yeah, it does function, but also, yeah, why? Like, what is the point?
Was it an American?
Yeah, it's New York. New York.
They're just trying to be different.
Pretty much. So yeah, Sam says that Hail Mary is good. Lizzie says the Hail Mary is good, so apparently we need to. Well, I need to read Hail Mary. It's sci-fi. You probably don't want to read it.
Probably not. It doesn't sound like sci-fi though. It sounds like it should be like a horror.
Let me show you the cover.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna change your mind. So let's share that screen again. That one, please.
Oh.
Space.
It's very
suit.
sci-fi. Yeah.
A little bit of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Where's my ass? There it is. So yeah, definitely sci-fi. Danny, I am both proud because you were at 49% and you're now at 67%, but also disappointed because you were at 69% and now I'm sad.
I mean, it's a very
Not
good
good.
book. Especially at this point.
Is that because it's shit or because you were distracted by the fire? Important questions.
I mean, Sarah J. Maas.
Some people like her.
I know, but
Just not us.
how chunky is that book?
Yeah.
It's a big book.
Yep. It's enough pages, Danny. It's enough. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I need to reread The Martian for kind of this reason. Not that it went over my head, but I read it when I was in uni, and so I didn't want any more science. So I skim read all of the sciencey bits, so I don't know if it would go over my head because I didn't really properly read them. Like I think I'll understand it because like I've also looked into space stuff because within geology you can then go and look at research for NASA and stuff. So it is something that I looked at to see if that was the branch I wanted to go down. It was stupid, so no.
No, they're just not good enough for you. That's what it is.
Thank you. I did actually get a rejection from NASA, which was sad.
Well,
but I also would have had to move to the US. So
they're obviously dumber than they appear.
But yeah, so I don't know if The Martian goes over my head. I will have to find out. But yeah, I understand that because I was just reading. I was like really enjoying this story, but right now I'm learning too much science. I don't need any more. Skip. Finished cooking my late lunch and then started a new book, thinking I was further on the series than I was. So I think that's I've done that before, especially when it's a book you've taken out from the library and you've had to send it back and then get it back again, and you're like, where was I?
What are you having for lunch? That's the question I want to know. This is
out here asking the real questions. What is lunch? Also, that's a late lunch. Like, this must be. You said it was 2, so it must be coming up at like 20 to 3. That's a late lunch.
You've clearly never had a bad day.
I mean, I have. I had my lunch today.
Like your routine screwed up, right?
I had my lunch today at 3.
So it's not
because we burnt the first batch of bacon and had to defrost some from the freezer and cook it again.
Who burnt the bacon? Which one of you did
well,
that?
It was on the grill pan, under the grill.
Who was in charge of it?
Both of us, and we both got distracted.
Disappointed.
Fair.
Same.
Texting just isn't your strong suit anyway, Caitlin. You are not a good example.
That was a low blow.
Is it inaccurate?
No.
Emma. Ooh.
Oh. That sounds good.
Okay. I don't do shrimp. I don't eat fish-based products. Apart from corn crackers. Don't at me. But...
Same. No, same. I don't get it, but same.
Cool. But if you made it like something other than shrimp, like would 100% be there for that. That sounds very good.
It's the bow tie pasta and the cream sauce that's doing it for me. Just that.
But then, like, pesto is lovely, and then pesto with cream sauce, but then Cajun with pesto with cream sauce. It sounds like a very good mix.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy your lunch. I'm kind of jealous now.
I mean, I'm too full from the giant burger I just finished, so I'm fine. And yeah, fingers crossed you actually do like it, otherwise you are wasting as much time as Caitlin is with Hard Times.
And that's shorter as well.
But probably a bit harder to read.
Mm.
I would rather read Crescent City than Hard Times.
I would rather read 50 Shades of Grey. But this is all I have, so.
I know full well you have other books on your TBR.
Yeah, but this is the one I decided that I wanted to torture myself with next, so.
How far through it are you? Like, halfway? 10%? 75%?
Like 55%.
Not bad.
We're
You are
there.
closer now to the end than you are to the beginning.
Oh, I know.
That's good.
It still hurts.
I was trying to help, man.
I know, I appreciate that.
Yes, it would be very good with chicken. Would 100% be good with chicken.
But also just pasta and cream sauce.
Yeah, but that's because we're depressed bitches. The amount of time that Chris is like, you're just going to eat that. And it's like, excuse you, I have just cooked. Yes, it may have been boiling pasta and then putting in a jar of sauce, but I'm depressed enough that that is impressive. Hi, Veronica. Reading is interesting. I've read about 30 pages in totals, sure, of Amari and the Night Brothers, and another like 5-6 pages, because that was the length of the chapter of this one. She's crying over a shit book, which is Hard Times.
It's so bad.
Oh god, I am so excited to read that one myself. It's going to be so good.
Honestly, very relatable. It's like,
yeah,
if I just have meat, I just eat the meat. I just cook the meat and it's like, that's my dinner.
It needs to be used up or it's going to go off.
It's either me or my cat that eats it, so.
Yeah. Okay, so both of you, Veronica and Shay, girls, I'm loving it.
So is the second one not coming out soon?
April, 14th of April, if I remember correctly. So, but that's then going to be out in hardback. I already looked. And because I'm really liking this, I want my editions to match.
Ah, so what you're saying is that you would like both of them in hardback. I get you.
I mean, yes, but I'm not going to do that.
So no, you're not going to do it. Of course, you're not going to do it. That's, no one said anything about you doing it.
I will purchase you the entire Pelennor series. That's 5 books.
No, if I get there first.
Yeah, we shite. But yeah, this is really good. I don't know how much you guys have heard about it, but it's like, Lizzie! Bitch! Don't encourage her! It's like Men in Black, magical, fantastical. It's just very good. Okay, yes, so Veronica's been telling me that she's really enjoying Raybearer, so I need to read that. It's already on the list, Shay. It's not on my shelves, that's the problem, despite the fact that I have over 120 books that I haven't read on my shelves.
I can't talk at this point. I've got like over 200 books.
I'm not looking forward to editing that video.
Me either. I'm looking forward to watching it. Yeah.
My parents had an air fryer and I miss it so much. My partner, Chris's dad, was a chef. So like he can actually cook. So he considers an air fryer to be a waste of time. My parents had an air fryer and I miss it so much. Like Chris is like, I will not microwave my beans, and I'm like, why are you putting them on the hob? That's effort. You have to stand there and make sure they don't burn. Just put them in the microwave. So yeah, I'm with you. I need to finish Redemptor, and I'm scared. But right, that is the best kind of book, though. Is when you don't want to finish it because you're enjoying it so much.
Oh, 16 books. That's all?
Okay, for starters, if you don't watch Veronica's videos, they're very good. I love them. Everyone should go and watch Veronica's videos. Obviously, also Caitlin's, if that wasn't implied by the fact that this bitch has sat here for almost 2 hours with me. But yeah, no, she doesn't have many books, and it always, I wish. I wish.
How do you get that self-control?
Yeah. I mean, also, I imagine that, because she's Swedish as well, Caitlin, and lives in Sweden, so I imagine that if she's reading translated books, they might be more expensive. I don't know. Because obviously everything's translated into English because of the American market, so we get everything. But I don't know. Oh, they're saying that no, because she's reading English books, but then I don't know. See, right. So are me and Caitlin. However, one, we spend too much on each other, and I'm no longer. I was. Now I have a good job. But secondly, I don't know if you have good like secondhand shops in Sweden, but charity shops in the UK have books. They always have books, and the price is either like 25, 50p up to like £2. And it's so helpful. And then obviously, yes, as Shay's just chimed in, I just went and got my library card at York.
That's awesome. I saw an Instagram story.
Yeah, Crystal was like, okay, so I have a surprise for you. It's nothing big, okay? It's nothing big. And I was like, okay. And we're walking along just on our like regular trip to Sainsbury's. And he's like, okay, here you go. Like, that's the library. We're doing the food shop. He's like, no, we're getting a library card. And just walks in. I'm like, yes. And he even sat there and waited patiently like a saint while I fangirled over the fantasy and the YA section and the sci-fi because they're all next to each other.
Oh.
Right, now that's mean. She wanted an air fryer. She gave specifications, and then that's mean. That's just cruel.
Crashing.
And just to nip back up, yes, like the UK covers of Ray Bearer and Redemptor are gorgeous.
So what you're saying is that you want the UK covers of those. Got it.
Caitlin, you are unemployed. Where are you getting this money from? Do you have
pulling it from the magic money tree.
Magic money tree. Can you not just give me my own magic money tree?
Listen, see, what I do is I buy you books, and that way my TBR doesn't grow.
I should do that with you, actually.
No.
See, right. Sam reads a lot on her Kindle. A lot. And she's always, your wee shite, finding amazing deals on Kindle and then putting them on her Instagram story. And I'm like, but it's only £1. Now I want to buy it.
Do you have a Kindle? You have a Kindle?
Yeah.
Of course you have a Kindle. Yeah.
You know I have a Kindle. Chris got me it. Literally anything in my life worth anything. My boyfriend got me it.
Very relatable.
I am so Let the library. That is always annoying. Newcastle had mediocre secondhand books. Portsmouth was okay. Nothing I've found yet has been better than Preston's secondhand books. Basically, these are the cities that I've lived in. I haven't looked in York yet because pandemic and at-risk household, so I have not looked around York yet. But Newcastle was really rubbish, and then Preston, where I went and did my undergrad. So many good books. So many. So yeah, that's sad.
Sorry. I've only ever lived in small towns, so the only charity shops we have are charity shops that elderly residents of the town go to. So the only books you can find are like really cheesy, straight to paperback crime books and really cheesy, romantic, historical fiction books. There is no in between. Unless you go to Edinburgh. But that's a while.
Yeah, that's a bit of a trek.
Yeah.
In the current climate, it's not the best idea.
Also,
I mean,
my library has also been the same for the last 15 years. They don't have many people, so they don't bother updating.
My library, when I was in Newcastle, my library wasn't the main one in the city centre. It was one of the little ones. So yeah, I also had that problem. But this new one seems to be pretty good. They have some stuff that came out like November 21. So very excited.
Not bad.
Wait. I require context. Where's the dollar symbol? There. Tell me, Google, how much is that in English? 15 quid for 5 books.
That's awesome. I'm not very good at maths, but like that's really cheap.
It's £3 per book.
So we found one thing that America does right. Just
right. The thing is, as well, one of these secondhand bookshops in Preston, they've changed their prices now, but they had books that you could buy for 20 pence. Like, I don't even, like, 20p in dollars. What, like... Somebody tell me, please. No, not £20, 20 pence. Caitlin's dead. That's how good of a deal this is. That is 27 cents in US dollars. Is it krona? Swedish krona. There we go. Veronica, that is about 2.5 krona. Just seeing as we have American and Swedish here.
That included 2 hardbacks.
You what?
Hardbacks.
No. Make that 3.
But 2 were hardbacks.
No, 3 were hardbacks.
3 were hardbacks. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Right. Well.
Wait, that's a good idea? Why have we never done this?
Well, I don't really have anything to offer.
But for the digital ones, you have access to what county are you in? Like, are you in the one with Edinburgh?
No. I'm like in the very small one in between Edinburgh and Glasgow. Yeah. Sorry.
I'll give you mine.
It's okay.
Saying that, we don't need any more friggin' books to read. Maybe I'll give
I really don't. You maybe, you know.
More pillows? Lizzie, you're gonna drown that entire house. She does. She really does.
It's fun. I enjoy it. It's my favorite pastime.
Genuinely, it's her favorite pastime. My shelves cry. I know, right? Like, don't just send me things that you've gotten the money from the money tree. Like, send me the tree. Send me a seed.
It's a magic tree that only grows in Scotland. So
could you not have told me about it when I was closer to Scotland? I could put one in my grand's house.
Oh. Sorry, it just started growing last since when you moved to York.
My wee granny's living all alone in her house with no money, and you've got this magic money tree.
I'll transport it.
Thank you. You have to go to Cookery. Yes, just purely to come on a visit. Oh, they're saying that once everything's over and done with, I'm hoping to go to Sweden. One of my friends from my postgrad as well is Swedish, and it's a gorgeous country, so me and my partner would love to go. That's sad. That is sad.
Honestly, I don't think my library does ebooks either. I know they do like audiobooks, but it's audiobooks, cassettes.
Yeah. My library, you have to pay to borrow a physical audiobook. Money. No.
That is like a deposit, so you get it back. What's the point?
I'm not paying £3 to borrow your audiobook. I can do that from Jeff down the road. Yes, you get free everything. I mean, Shay, I'm just gonna, as an American, I'm about to blow your tiny mind. That didn't mean to be me. So in England, I go to the doctors, I get free operations, I get free GP appointments, and then I pay about, it keeps going up, so about £9.50 for a prescription. I have a monthly prescription. Scotland, as you can tell by her face, it's free for the prescription. Do you pay for dentists?
You pay for dentists after you turn 18.
Yeah. Okay, that's the same as here. That's fine. Also, under 18, you don't pay for prescriptions. Under 18 in England. Yeah. But yeah, in Scotland, no. University, free, as long as you stay in Scotland. Free. Prescriptions, free. Mine or hers, and when?
Probably yours. You have a much, like when you go Scottish, you have a much thicker accent than I will ever have.
Oh, one day I need you to meet my Uncle Derek.
Is he Scottish?
It's my he's not, he's my great uncle. He's my grandpa's little brother. So and he's scary. He's scary.
As any man called Derek usually is.
I've said this before, I did not understand him when I first met him. People do not believe how large my Uncle Derek is. So I've told Caitlin before that my mum's really thin, and it didn't quite, she was like, okay, yeah, right, fine. And then she saw her on video chat. Like, she's thin. Same thing with Derek, he's genuinely about this big. Honest to God, man is the size of a balloon, like a large balloon. And he's also 6 foot odd. And I was 11 years old. We'd recently moved back from Germany, so I wasn't as familiar with my Scottish family as I am now. And this 6 foot odd, humongous balloon of a man walked in and said, I looked at my parents in fear and was like, translate.
Oh my god.
Hi, Derek. Okay, I definitely need to come and see you. Like, I'm 100% going to Sweden. My parents... Do I have it here? I do, I think. I see a ribbon. Yes. Okay. So, for passing my masters, my parents gifted me some money, which I was very grateful for, and to go towards a holiday, and it is intended specifically to go to Sweden. So, like, genuinely, I'm coming. So I need to meet everybody.
That's so sweet.
Is that you?
I don't know.
Or is that me? Because when I get excited, my accent does all sorts of things. Like, Right, so mine is RP English, which is received pronunciation, which is basically how it's supposed to sound, because my dad is from Essex and doesn't sound like it. So I sound very neutral. Then I lived in the northeast of England for a while, and I eventually picked up a wee bit of Geordie. I didn't even mean to do that. Going from the wee bit of Geordie, I'm half Scottish and lived in the north. So I've got bits of Scottish. And then for some reason, according to quite a few people, I sound slightly Welsh sometimes. I've been to Wales twice in my life. Don't know where that comes from.
They're right.
Where the Welsh comes from, I don't know. That is the only country in the British UK that is not involved in me being alive. My dad is English. My mum is Scottish. They met in Northern Ireland. At no point did Wales come into this fucking equation until wham bam thank you man out my mouth. Welsh. Why?
You're very colourful.
That's just you saying I swear a lot.
That too.
Yeah, my new library charges, I can't remember how much, if you want to reserve a book. Like, if you just want to go in and chance your luck and hope you find it, free. But if you want to reserve it, it's...
Everywhere in the world just kind of sucks but Scotland's, which I never thought I'd say in my entire life.
Shay agrees with you.
You know, I just come to me. I will find a place for you.
And then I can come visit.
Yeah,
I'll
come visit. Just come stay. Forever.
Yeah, just come stay. We'll sort out the visa once you're here.
We'll literally just we'll turn this room into like a split room. You and Shay can share. There we go.
Perfect.
Exactly.
And then I can stop paying for prescriptions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I'm still I can't believe. If I had to pay for my prescriptions, I'd die.
Right, so there's also a thing that you can get where if you get enough prescriptions each month that you would spend more than 20 quid, because it's $9.50 for each prescription, then you can be on like a special payment plan, and that reduces it down quite a bit.
It still sounds dumb because why charge in the first place is like somebody's life.
Because the government doesn't give the NHS enough money and they need to get the money from somewhere. I mean, to be fair, I don't have room to complain here because I had a literal heart operation that cost me the bus into the hospital and a taxi back home. So I don't have any room to complain. Also, my new meds for my migraines, because they have to be kept refrigerated, they have to have a special delivery, meaning that I can't get them as a prescription, meaning they're free. But also, they are one of the brand new drugs that's been approved by NICE that is expensive. So I'll keep paying my £9.50 for my regular prescription. It's fine.
Or just move to Scotland.
I just consider it a tax. I just think it's like a tax. It's fine. I'll pay the NHS. I would rather pay the NHS.
Fair enough.
Doggo. Her dog is massive. Caitlin, go watch the videos. He's massive and slobbery and adorable. So yeah, at some point in the future, when things are safe enough for my at-risk partner to travel, I will be going to Sweden. It's me! I wasn't sure because obviously she's Scottish, so accent.
People don't actually think I'm Scottish. I go on holiday and everyone's like, are you American or are you English? No one ever guesses Scottish, and I'm just like, well.
Remembering that my mum has a very, very weak Scottish accent because she's not lived there since she was 20. When we were in the US, a waiter who was mortified, bless his cotton socks, because obviously his livelihood depends on us giving him a good tip. And so he was like, oh no, I fucked up. Thought she was Australian.
I mean,
that poor man, we had to reassure him so many times. It was like, it's fine. We're still going to tip you. You're going to get a living wage off of this meal. It's fine. We're just not Australian. None of us are Australian. The perfect tenant.
We'll work perfectly together.
Honestly, the Scottish accent is just gorgeous. But then, like, I have a particular affinity for the Geordie accent because obviously Essex, I think, is horrible, and I can say that. I think it's horrible. I'm half Essex. My dad's from Essex, so that's why I can say that. See, this is about to make Caitlin gasp because with the medication that would be in the hospital, so anything in the hospital in England as well as in Scotland, you would pay nothing. When I came out of the hospital, if they were like, okay, you need these certain pain meds, I would go get my prescription and it would be £9.50. Whereas
It
Caitlin
doesn't
would just
make
walk into the
sense.
pharmacy and be like, "Hey," and get them for free.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Although glasses are separate, so
Yeah.
again, I don't. Oh, like they offer you as well. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
But so glasses are completely separate. These cost me me. They were my birthday present from my parents this year. But these new frames cost my parents $250. And that is because the frames are Armani.
Ooh,
I tried on all the frames, I promise. These were the only ones I liked. I don't mean to be bougie. But yeah, so then you can get free eye tests on the NHS.
Yeah.
If you come under certain conditions, and they just pay the opticians. And then, like, what the fuck? What the fuck is the rest of that message? At one point in time, I was taking 14 pills a day, and 3 of them were over $1,000 a month a piece. And then you pay for insurance as well. We just pay the fucking tax. We pay tax, and then in England we pay for the prescriptions for £9.50 for each of them. And I think that you can pay like 20 quid for 3 months worth of prescriptions, and that's however many you need. And then obviously, if you're paying at least 20 quid for them, then that's a good price. I told you, it genuinely, for the price, it's a good reduction for the bulk one.
The world doesn't make sense though.
No. Yeah, I agree with Veronica. Yeah, Chris's uncle moved over there to live with his partner. It's quite funny watching some people not being able to understand them. It's oh no. Okay. Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. 4 times espresso. What else was that going to mean? It was 4 espresso.
As someone who's worked at McDonald's as well, you get that immediately.
Thank the Lord, I thought you meant 100 quid a month for your fucking glasses, dear God, woman. It's America, we would not have been that shocked. Appalled, no. Yes. Shocked, no.
Honestly, at this point, anybody can say anything costs money. I'm just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense at this point. Of course you would pay to use, like, your house. Like, of course you would pay to use your front door. Like, of course there's a front door tax. Like, yeah.
Probably is somewhere. Hey, in the UK, we had a window tax.
What? How does that work?
Okay, so this was like back when we had like an actual monarchy, not like a fake monarchy like we do now. Yeah.
Right.
It was like back in day. You know when you see all those old buildings that clearly have what used to be a window and there's just bricks. It's now bricked up in there. That is because they did that because you had to pay a tax for having a window, and everyone will fuck that and just close up all their windows.
I think my brain just exploded. I can't cope with this.
This is why we're friends.
Clearly, I live in a cave and you're my only connection to the outside world.
Me and Stefan are like, did you not know this?
Yeah, legit.
Right, Caitlin, compare it to the US. Compare it to the US.
Okay? Oh my god.
Also, they also get free uni. However, they don't just get free uni in their own country. Oh, when Annie came over and did her postgrad here, Sweden, like the Swedish government, paid the University of Portsmouth her fees.
Okay, that might just be slightly better than Scotland.
So, like, you gotta pay for your medical stuff, but you get free uni anywhere. I mean, possibly only within the EU, so I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, pre-Brexit, I would have genuinely been considering moving to a European country. I did it before when my dad was in the army. Obviously, that's different and a lot easier. But it wasn't that difficult. Now it's a shit show. So. Oh. Yeah, we can still get medical insurance here, and you can pay to have private healthcare if you want. It's become more common now as a lot of American businesses are globalizing and coming to the UK, and they'll like offer it as a perk. And so then the employees are like, okay, what's this? How do I use it? Because obviously we're just like, it's the NHS. Just go to hospital, it's fine. But yeah. I thought so. I thought it was only in the EU. That's still pretty good. Like you have the entirety of the European Union to pick from. And possibly like is it just the EU or does it also include like Switzerland and stuff? Like is it the economic area? And this is gonna confuse Caitlin. You know everywhere that you think is Europe and the EU?
Yeah.
A few of the countries aren't in the EU. They're in like the European Economic Area. So like they take part in the trading stuff.
I would just like to say, if I had control over this, everything would be a lot simpler.
That's because you can't be asked.
I mean, no one can. Like, clearly.
Shit, the prices are ridiculous. Like, I've heard of what you guys pay for, like, inhalers and EpiPens and stuff. In the UK, in England, for an inhaler and EpiPen, if you were, like, theoretically to buy it outright, if you came over here, Shay, and you needed one, so you're not on the NHS, you don't pay taxes, so you would have to pay for it outright. It's like £50, which, as we just showed with, like, actually, no, I still have it up on the screen. What is 50 quid in dollars? Not Swedish krona. Dollars this time, please. Okay, so that's like 70 US dollars. And that would be for your inhaler or your EpiPen. The way I found this out is that one of my friends at uni went to Boots, which is a pharmacy, a drugstore, to get it, and it shows the actual amount on the till when you get them through Boots. So yeah, if an American or someone from like outside the EU, I don't know now with Brexit, leave me alone, came, they would have to pay that. I would pay £9.50, and Caitlin would pay absolutely fuck all.
I'm sorry.
So if I ever need an inhaler, please don't be surprised if Caitlin also develops asthma at the same time as me.
I have asthma. This is why I'm saying if I needed to pay for my prescriptions, I'd be dead.
True. Yeah, no. We did until about like 2012. We started like questioning. 2015, we were like, and 2016, we were like, no. And from 2016 onwards, everyone's just like, no, America's shite. So we did used to be like, oh, I'd love to live in America. Like, it'd be so great. Do this, do that. And then, yeah. Now we would rather not. I actually had a friend who had wanted to move to America. However, he is a British Jamaican man, so he's black. So no, he's not going. And his girlfriend is Asian. Ethnically, she's from Hong Kong. So they're never moving to the US because they'll be shot. Also because Dre has no chill. So my mate literally would just yell at the police, which works fine here. That's fine here, but not in the US when you're black. So yeah, he's not allowed. 2,000 euros for only £2,000? Is that it?
That's actually, like, for us, our tuition fees are paid for us, but like what the tuition fee actually is like 1,874. Sorry, yeah, no, that's right, 1,874 per year.
How long? Per year?
Per year.
In England,
but like obviously our tuition gets paid for us, so that's the Scottish government is paying that tuition.
Damn it! So it's like well, it was supposed to be at £9,000, and it's supposed to not be able to move once you start your course.
Right.
Mine went from £9,000 to £9,250. Thanks, government. Your houses, on average, obviously there are people living in like New York or people who are in poverty who have like really bad living conditions. So either if they're in a big city or who are really poor. But on average, your houses are fucking massive. Like, fucking massive. They are huge. Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely... The concept of a walk-in wardrobe for anyone other than the motherfucking queen? Not even here until we started getting US media. Walk-in wardrobe? What? I want to go to all of the volcanoes. You all expected that. Nature watch and go like walking and like see everything. And I also want to try all of the food in terms of the like candy and the sweets that they have there that we don't have here, and everything that we have here that is different in the US. So like McDonald's in the US has got ingredients that are illegal in the EU and UK. So I want to try American McDonald's and be like, how is it different? Cost of living, right? This is another thing as well. The cost of living in the US is lower than it is in Europe. Obviously, there are outlying countries, but it's so cheap for food specifically in the US.
It doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Yeah, you guys, it's ridiculous. I mean, the one thing that we have in common, again, England, well, fuck knows, probably not, is that we have to pay to apply to uni.
I mean, you have to pay to apply for your postgrad, I think. You actually have to, if you do a postgrad, you pay for that yourself. They only pay for your undergrad.
You have to pay to apply to the postgrad?
Yeah, because you do it through UCAS, so you have to like pay, I think it's like $2.
Yeah, so we have to pay as well to use UCAS for undergrad.
Aye, yeah, well, we do the same.
Right, okay, so it's all of the UK. Yeah, so you pay for UCAS, which is a system that like sends out your applications to 5 different universities. Most people use it, you don't have to. My other Scottish friend, that is not Caitlin, that I've known since I was a child. I knew her longer.
Excuse you.
She's the oldest of all 3 of us. She didn't use UCAS. She just applied herself, and so didn't have to pay. However, it's just so much easier, and it's like 25 quid, I think. Which at the time, for me, as a 17, 18-year-old, was a lot. Now, it's nothing. It's like, oh yeah, that's fine. At the time, it was a lot. But yeah, so we do have to pay, but nowhere near as much as you guys, and that 25 quid does all 5 applications. You can only do 5, but it does all 5 of them. We don't have to pay for postgrad applications.
That's the only one we have to pay for, and you have to pay each application after your undergrad. I'm pretty sure.
I just sent an email.
This could have been changed because I obviously applied for uni way back in like 2017. So like this could be different. But I remember we were looking at UCAS, and I'm pretty sure you had to pay for your postgrad because SAS doesn't cover it. It'll cover 1 extra year if you reset a year in your undergrad, but it won't cover your postgrad or anything after that. Which is why I'm not doing a postgrad.
I mean, you can get a loan, which would be the same as my loan, which you only pay back if you use it. Like,
That's
you know how I had to, like, how I wasn't paying it back when I was at the call center, but I pay it back now I'm in an actual decent job.
Yeah, that's the same as us.
So you could do that. Yeah. But no, I didn't pay to apply to Portsmouth. I just sent them an email with the application in.
I don't think that we paid for our UCAS applications, but I don't know. Because we did it through our high school. So it could be a thing where like our high school paid the money. Because it was like a poor area. It was still pretty fancy. But like, you know, like they have a whole system. So it's like the schools where you're not expected to go to university, anyone who goes to university gets like the all the courses and stuff about university and high school. So they could have paid for it, or undergrads. Oh. Oh yes. I'm not going to talk about them right now, but the February, prepare yourself.
So yes, she is indeed. I have been informed They are going to be very good. I am very excited. Also, what do you mean pay to apply to get an apartment?
I'm pretty sure that's the same here. You have to you have to pay your apartment fees or your accommodation fees.
No. She doesn't mean at uni. She means IRL.
We're back to things not making sense.
Because I've heard other Americans mention this, that just to be able to apply, like for me to live in this house, nothing to do with uni, completely separate. And if it was in America, you have to pay to ask if you can live there. Once we'd been accepted, to confirm the fact that we also accepted, we had to then pay our deposit, which went towards our rent. But we didn't have to pay to apply. And pay each school individually. And yeah,
when you say pay to apply, is it like the down, you have to pay like a certain amount of months upfront for rent? No, you pay for the application. That's so dumb. Also, I can't wait for those videos either. I'm excited for them because I've spent so much work on them.
Oh, I'm excited for them because then they'll finally be bloody done.
Yeah, same. Maybe one day they will be.
So you pay to fill out the application for them to even look at your credit history.
What? That's so dumb. Why?
Shay, I'm about to blow your mind once again. Me and Chris are both named on this house that we're renting. I don't have a credit history. If you look me up on Experian, we use Experian as well. If you put in my details, I don't exist. Because the only loans I've ever had have been student loans, and in the UK, they don't count towards your credit history because it's a governmental loan. So I don't exist in terms of credit unions, which is concerning when me and Chris are going to want to start looking for a house because we now have a similar credit system to you guys. So we're going to have to basically create credit for me and make me have credit and then pay it off, which is a pain in the ass. But I'm sure you're aware of that because you guys have to do that too. But yeah, they've given a house to someone with no credit history at all.
Same. Me and Stefan moved in here, and this was like our first house, and we were like 18. So we didn't have a credit history either.
Yep. Probably not much longer because it is late.
It is.
So thank you very much for how long you've stayed. We'll probably be finishing around past:30-ish. So thank you for staying. Enjoy your dinner. I've heard about that because my Swedish friend that isn't you lives in Stockholm. Well, she didn't end up obviously living in Stockholm, but yeah, so they had to do that as well, I think.
That's insane. I don't get it. Where's that money? What's that money supposed to be for? You're digital.
The CEO of the company, so they can go to the Bahamas and play golf.
That's so rude. It's so mean.
We do not do that. I could apply to 700 houses and flats. I mean, I'd probably piss off quite a few estate agents, but that would be it. Yeah. This is how much I hate it, because the reason why I don't have credit is because I've never needed it. The only loans I've ever needed have been for my university. I don't require a loan. I have my phones. I mean, I need a new fucking phone. This is an iPhone 6. So I'm looking to buy a new phone, which I'll purchase outright because I'll save for it. I've never needed credit. But so that I can play the game and get a credit score, I'm probably going to have to end up buying my phone on a credit card and then paying it off at the appropriate time, even though I wouldn't want to buy it until I could afford it. That's why I don't have a credit score at the age of 25. I have no credit score because I don't need one, because I've always been responsible with my fucking money. And now in the UK, you need a credit score to get a mortgage, which did not used to be the case.
Is this all over the UK? That's so dumb.
And I'm actually really lucky. A lot of parents in the UK, because when they bought their houses, mortgages didn't need a credit score. Like, you'd need to, like, you know, prove your earnings and this, and they check like how your bank like function. Like, if you're going with the same bank to get your mortgage that you usually bank with, they'll see kind of how your finances change, but that would be it. I am very, very lucky in that my parents, because dad was in the army, bought their first house in 2007, the year before the financial crash. You know, the big one that fucked everything up. The reason why that's lucky is because they understand the struggle. Because they were like, what do you mean? They had the same thing. They were like, what do you mean a credit score? We don't have a credit score. Like, we spend within our means. And our means were decent, because my dad was on a military wage for a W2, which is the lowest officer that you can be. So we didn't need to, and that is why they were in the house that they were in, because they didn't have a credit score, because they didn't need one. It's ridiculous. Yep.
Can we go back to the fact that America doesn't make sense?
Honestly, and then the rest of the world is like trying to take on the American system, and I'm like, can you not?
It doesn't make sense.
Just everyone follow Scotland, thank you. In the UK, see, this is also probably because they're like, oh, you can't afford to pay for it, sort of thing. I'm assuming. Whereas in the UK, obviously, that wouldn't be an issue. Like, you find someone homeless on the street and they need medical attention, send them to hospital, they need medical attention. And also, once you turn 16 in England, and probably Wales, I don't know about Scotland, maybe, you are medically responsible for yourself. Medically.
You're responsible for everything when you're 16.
Medically, you are an adult once you're 16. Medically only. There's different things for different things. I think in Scotland you can vote at 16 now.
You were able to vote in the referendum, but you can get your own house. Well, you know what I mean, like rent a flat at 16. Like, you can have your name on a house at 16. Financially, probably not. Like, if you were able to do it, you're allowed to do it, you know.
But yeah, so no, here, like, you're 16. Okay, so I just said that 16, you are medically an adult. If you are 13 and you have a young teenage pregnancy, you are still medically considered, for your own choices about medical decisions, a child. Now, they will factor in the fact that you are giving birth, you're going to be a mother, you're going to be a parent, and they will do their best to accommodate your personal choices. If you have a very strong personal choice about something that your parents disagree with, if there's no medical reason to disagree with it, then they will most likely go with the child. And like, if it's medically sound what the child wants to do, they usually will go with that. But you are not like medically legally an adult till you're 16 regardless. That is ridiculous. And like, it just makes no sense, because like at 16 you can make your own decisions anyway about stuff like that. So like, I was in the hospital for like just treatments, nothing emergent, like an emergency or anything, when I was 16. But like, they would ask me, oh, are you happy with that treatment? And the doctors would wait until I said yes, and then they would check with my parents. Like, okay, is the kid happy? The kid's happy, right? What do you think? Cool.
I had doctors ask me if I wanted my parents in the room with me when I was 16.
Yeah. Do you want them out the room? Like, do you want them to go?
Do you want this to be personal?
Like, quite often it'll be a case of, if they think that there's a question that you might not answer honestly, so if part of this thing is going to be like sexual activity, drugs, alcohol, then they will just say to the parents, like, we do this without you. See you later. And the parents are just like, oh, okay, bye. That is ridiculous. Not treating your fucking appendix, man. You'd get fired in the UK for doing that. There would be an inquest into the hospital's treatment procedures, and they would probably lose their medical license for refusing to treat someone. So, yeah. What a note to end it on, folks. Don't live in the US if you can avoid it, unless you're incredibly rich and white, and preferably male. In which case, you can stay there, it's fine.
It doesn't make sense. The US doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
That makes no sense. That makes no... Oh, God. Yeah. The thing is, like, don't get me wrong, we have racism in the UK. Do not get me wrong, there is racism rampant in the UK. But that couldn't happen because it's free to treat everyone. And because then it's free to treat everyone for something like this, where it's an emergency condition, there would be no reason whatsoever to not provide the life-saving treatment. So yeah, people are still racist here, but you would lose your job if you refuse to treat someone for this, regardless of any sort of like minority status or anything. Even if it was like a white middle-aged man, or if it is a black teenage girl. So yeah, at least we have that. I'm staying right here. Right here. Not moving an inch.
Come to Scotland.
It would be nice.
It would be. I have room for you.
Have a great night. But yes, we are also going to be going soon to IE pretty much now. Caitlin, your internet is awful and you keep freezing at the most fantastic times, and it brings me great joy.
Okay. Am I still frozen?
No. You've done it the entire way through the live show and it's hilarious.
I'm so sorry.
And I know it's not me because he games. So we got internet.
So does he. It works in that room. It doesn't work here with the internet box is like right behind me.
That's because the wall's got metal in it. Drywall has metal in it, so it reduces the... How do you not know this shit? If it goes through a wall, it reduces it because there is metal in the drywall.
Right.
So it interferes with the signal.
But why does it work downstairs and not up here then?
Less drywall to go through.
So I should move it to the side.
I mean, he'll probably get pissed off, but yeah.
It's fine with me.
Shay, me and Caitlin are going to work on it. I'm going to move in with Caitlin. Stefan and Chris can just kind of sort their own stuff out, and then we will adopt you.
I think
it doesn't matter that you're older than us. It's fine. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. And that is what we're going to end on. We are adopting Cachet. I don't know why I know these random facts, okay? I don't know. I just do. The amount of shit that's in this brain. But yes, thank you so much, everyone who was watching and who came. I didn't get that much reading done. However, I had a great time. I had a good damn time, so I'm fine with that. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you whenever I next do a live. And before we do go, obviously, please do subscribe to Caitlin. She has a fantastic channel. If you want writing stuff, then please do, and creative stuff. My apologies. Not just writing. She writes, she's an author, but she also does a lot of creative stuff. She crochets as well. So please do subscribe to Shay, because she's fantastic. Veronica, beautiful booktuber. Like Caitlin, though. Caitlin, though. Subscribe. You won't promo yourself, I have to do it.
Listen, I think that people have had enough of me today.
How do you think they feel about me? Thank you, Shay. It was so nice to have you here. I now understand what it's like being on the other side of the screen. It was so great having you here. So thank you so much. Bye, guys.